Rice is produced in more than 95 countries across the globe and provides a staple food for more than half of the world's current population. As population increases over this century, the demand for rice will grow, and meeting the increase in demand requires significant improvements in the rice production. However, achieving these improvements will be a big challenge as the climate is changing. Climate change is one of the greatest challenges that the global community has ever faced. The challenge for Indian agriculture is to adapt to potential change in the temperature and precipitation and to extreme events without compromising productivity and food security. Poor and vulnerable communities are affected first and hardest. These communities are often the least responsible for causing the problem and have the fewest resources to adapt to the rapid changes.
மழை பெஞ்சி அழிச்சும் போடுது, மழை இல்லாமே காய்ஞ்சு போகுது.
போன வருஷம் செடி வாங்கிட்டு வந்து காடு காடா அலைஞ்சு பறந்து வச்சு மழை வந்து நொறுக்கு ஒன்றும் இல்லாத அழுகல் ஆயிடுச்சு. எதுவுமே புரோசனம் இல்லை, ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு போயிட்டோம்.
எப்போ மழை பெய்யுது எப்போ வெயில் அடிக்குன்னு எங்களுக்கு தெரியல. இனம் தெரியாத பூச்சிகள் விதமாக புதுசாக உற்பத்தி ஆகி வந்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கு. ஆளே கலக்க மாட்டேங்குங்க, பற்றாக்குறை.
நெல் விளைஞ்சாலும் திரும்பி தகுந்த விலை கிடைக்காம அவசரப்பட்டு இருக்காங்க விவசாயிகள்லாம்.
பருவநிலை மாற்றத்தால் நம்ம பாதிச்சிருக்கோமா? நிறைய பாதிச்சிருக்கோமா, கொஞ்சமாக பாதிச்சிருக்கோமா? தென்மேற்கு பருவமழை மொத்தமாகவே போச்சு. அதனால இப்போ வடகிழக்கு பருவமழை நம்பி தான் பண்ணுறோம். காரணம், மிகப்பெரிய காரணமாக நாம் கருதுவது காலநிலை மாற்றம். பருவ கோளாறு ஏன் ஏற்படுகிறது, விவசாயிகள் என்ன செய்ய வேண்டும் என்ற ஆராய்ச்சி இருந்தால் தான் இதில் நாம் வாழ முடியும். இது உண்மைதானே?
உண்மைதான்.
அதனால் அந்த ஆராய்ச்சியை நாம் நம்முடைய அனைவரின் சார்பாகவும் பல்கலைக்கழகத்திற்கும் இந்த உலகத்தினுடைய ஆராய்ச்சியாளர்களுக்கும் நாம் ஒரு பெரிய வேண்டுகோளாக வைக்கிறோம். இந்த ஆராய்ச்சி எங்களுக்கு உடனடியாக தேவை.
is a water stress state, so there is a need to study how the changes, short-term and long-term changes in the climate is affecting the rainfall pattern, which eventually would be affecting the Kaveri Delta rainwater availability and change in the temperature.
Farmers have identified over a period of time because they are close to the earth, they are close to the climate, so they know what climate changes are, and therefore they go on selecting because for them it's a survival, it's a matter of survival. So what we need for climate resilient agriculture or climate smart agriculture, whatever you want to say.
Global warming is a problem for agriculture as far as India is concerned.
Climarize is an intercontinental collaborative research project with the goal of sustaining rice productivity amidst changing climate. Climarize integrates all aspects of climate change in agriculture, including adaptation, mitigation, and socio-economic components. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, through the Royal Norwegian Embassy, New Delhi, funds the project. The Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Coimbatore, India, the Norwegian Institute for Agriculture and Environmental Research, BIFOSC, Norway, the International Pacific Research Center, Hawaii, USA, in the first phase, and the International Water Management Institute, Hyderabad, India, in the second phase, are jointly working in this project to guide the farmers towards climate-smart rice farming.
We would like to thank the Norwegian Embassy for funding support. I can very confidently say that Climarize is an integrated project, and there are very few projects of this kind in the region, in India or in the Southeast region. There are several projects addressing climate change, but most of them are focusing on either technological issues or on other sectors. But when it comes to integration, this project would be one example.
Through the Climarize project, we have tried to holistically approach the climate change impacts on the Kaveri Basin rice production. We have tried to develop the climate change scenarios for the Kaveri Basin using regional climate models for a closer grid resolution of 25 kilometers into 25 kilometers. Kaveri Basin rice production is going to be impacted heavily because of the increase in temperature.
பருவ மாற்றங்கள் குளோபல் வார்மிங்னு சொல்றது பெரிய மாற்றங்கள் ஏற்படக்கூடிய வாய்ப்புகள்ங்கிற ஒரு பயம் வரும்போது இந்த கிளைமாரைஸுங்கிற இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆரம்பிச்சது ஒரு வரப்பிரசாதம் சொல்லணும்.
The study being done by Climarize is very timely and very pertinent because they are trying to find out how in long term the global climatic changes would come and how it is going to affect the Kaveri Delta area.
Shifting the sowing window, changing the system of cultivation, altering the water management technologies, and then the introduction of heat and drought tolerant varieties, introduction of short duration varieties, then alternate crops or some of the adaptation technologies which we have given it to the farmers for practicing.
You are aware that we are running a project called Climarise, which is actually studying about the impact of changing climate on the Kaveri Basin. What would be the necessity of this kind of projects and how it can help? Can you just comment on those things?
Kaveri Basin is really the granary of Tamil Nadu for a long time. The lives and livelihoods of millions of people are tied to the Kaveri Basin. As far as scientists are concerned, we'll have to probably do with less water. How do you maximize productivity per drop of water, as we call them, per unit of water, whether it is system of rice intensification or any other method which had to be used.
Now we are in the Nedalur village of Kaveri Basin, which is 30 kilometers away from Trichy. This is one of the Climarise village. In this village, as an adaptation technology to climate change, we are promoting system of rice intensification, mainly to increase the water use efficiency. This activity we are doing in coordination with the Department of Agriculture and Krishi Vigyan Kendra, Karur. We are promoting biofertilizer application including azolla, cyanobacteria and other biofertilizers. Now we are in the field of Mr. Chelamuthu.
இந்த ஆண்டு வந்து கிளைமரைஸ் திட்டத்தின் மூலமாக எஸ்ஆர்ஐ பண்ணியிருக்கோம். ஒரு 3 ஏக்கர் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். எங்களுக்கு தேவையான தொழில்நுட்பங்களையும் ஆலோசனைகளையும் கிளைமரைஸ் திட்டத்தின் மூலமாக கொடுக்குறாங்க. அதனால் நாங்கள் வந்து பண்ணும்போது எங்களுக்கு நிறைய அது வந்து லாபகரமான தொழிலாக தெரியுது. ஏன்னா குறைஞ்ச விதை மூலமாக அதை நெல் பரப்பி அதை வந்து நாற்று நட்டு குறைஞ்ச ஒரு பயிர் 2 பயிர் நட்டு நாங்கள் கிட்டத்தட்ட 17 பயிர் கிட்டத்தட்ட வந்து நமக்கு தூர் கட்டியிருக்கு. இதனால் வந்து எங்களுக்கு லாபகரமான அது தொழிலாக தெரிகிறது. இந்த ஆண்டு இல்லாமல் அடுத்த ஆண்டு இன்னும் நிறைய விவசாயிகளை நாங்கள் வந்து இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணி நிறைய செய்வதற்கு நாங்கள் அதை தூண்டுகோலாக இருக்கும் என்பது இந்த கிளைமரைஸ் திட்டம் வந்து ரொம்ப ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு திட்டம் என்பதை எல்லா விவசாயிகளுக்கும் நாங்கள் சொல்லிக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். அடுத்த ஆண்டு வந்து இதை விட இன்னும் 100-200 ஏக்கர் வந்து இது செய்வதற்கு தயாராக இருக்கிறார்கள்.
Since 2005, our Krishi Vigyan Kendra, with close association from Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, has been promoting eco-friendly technologies like vermicomposting, azolla cultivation, and other integrated pest management techniques. We have been promoting system of rice intensification among our villages for the past 2 years with the close association of Climarise scheme, where earlier there was no SRI promotion. This was made possible through the intense efforts through the Climarise scheme, wherein farmers were taken on exposure visits to other districts as well as they were trained on the SRI principles. And now more than 150 farmers are practicing SRI cultivation in these villages. And through the stakeholder participation, several meetings were organized wherein over 500 farmers have learnt about SRI principles. We feel that this will continue and will spread in the major villages Nachalur, Nedalur, Mudalaipatti and Ondambatti villages and will cover substantial area in the coming years.
Efforts taken by Climarise are very appropriate. At the same time, the approach adopted by them, as informed by them to me, is participatory, taking all the stakeholders together, understanding the viewpoint of various people who are involved in the entire cultivation of paddy.
Stakeholders' involvement is emphasized all the way in the Climarise that functions in coordination with their requirements. Socio-economic scenarios developed as a result of interaction with various stakeholders of the Kaveri and the Krishna river basins helped the research team to develop location-specific adaptation strategies. Climarise disseminates the adaptation and mitigation technologies in coordination with the Department of Agriculture, Krishi Vigyan Kendras, self-help groups and the Climarise farmers through focus group meetings, stakeholders workshop, panel discussions and field trips. Socio-economic surveys conducted in different villages are useful in understanding the mindset and experiences of the farmers towards climate change and its impact on rice cultivation.
இந்த கிளைமாரைஸ் திட்டத்தின் பரவலாக்க மையத்தில் திருச்சி வேளாண்மை கல்லூரியும் ஒன்று. இந்த கல்லூரியில் இந்த திட்டத்தின் நிதியுதவியோட ஒரு அசோலா குடில் ஒன்று அமைச்சிருக்கோம். இதில் அதிக அளவில் அசோலா, நீலப்பச்சை பாசி எல்லாத்தையும் உற்பத்தி பண்ணி விவசாயிகளுக்கு இலவசமாக கொடுத்துட்ருக்கோம். இதனால் நிறைய விவசாயிகள் பலனடைந்திருக்காங்க.
Barnyard millet, the millet suited to climate change, is gaining good popularity among the farmers as an alternate crop during delayed or failure of monsoon. Climarize has conducted many trials in the research stations and the farmers' field to understand the suitability of this millet crop during extreme weather events. Seeing is believing, and hence farmers are taken to the field trials to witness the results. Climarize is also encouraging the cultivation of this millet as summer crop that provides alternate income to the paddy farmers.
குதிரைவாளிங்கிறது தமிழகத்தை பொறுத்தளவு இந்த கிளாமரைஸ் மூலியமாக அறிமுகப்படுத்துறது வறட்சியான பகுதிக்கும் சரி, நீர்நிலை உள்ள பகுதிகளுக்கும் சரி, குறைஞ்ச செலவில் நல்ல நீர்நிலையாக இருந்தாலும் வறட்சியாக இருந்தாலும் தாங்கி வளர்ந்து விவசாயிகளுக்கு அதிக செலவு இல்லாமல் ஓரளவு லாபத்தை கொடுக்கறதுனால இதை தொடர்ந்து 3 பட்டங்களாக சாகுபடி பண்ணலாங்கிறதையும் அவங்க மூலியமாக நாங்கள் தொழில்நுட்பங்களையும் சொல்லி கொடுத்துருக்குறாங்க. விவசாயிகள் தரப்பில் நாங்கள் வேண்டிய அளவுக்கு நாங்கள் செஞ்சு கொடுக்க காத்திருக்கோம். எனவே இந்த பருவநிலை மாற்றத்துக்கு ஏற்ற உகந்த ஒரு பயிராக குதிரைவாளி இருக்கும் என்பது எங்களுக்கு எந்த விதமான ஐயப்பாடும் இல்லை.
Climarize values the native wisdom of farmers, and the reintroduction of the short duration rice variety IET 7564 is a good example of promoting farmers' interests. The project scientists from the Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, in coordination with Mr. S. Ranganathan, a Clima farmer from Tanjore, have re-explored the potential of this rice variety that comes to yield in 75 days, with an yield potential of 4 tons per hectare. A climate control chamber has been established at the Agroclimate Research Centre, Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, Coimbatore, under the Climarize scheme. Scientists and students are using this facility for their research works.
In this climate control chamber to Climarize, we are screening different varieties of rice. Out of this, we have selected 72 varieties for screening. We have done this crop in staggered sowing. Out of this 72 varieties, this Swarnavari is a promising variety. It even grows in the elevated temperature.
40 promising parental lines we are screened under the climatic control chamber. Once it is screened, it will be tolerance to heat tolerance. Then you have to go in for crossing program. I used 40 heat tolerance lines. In this, some are show good tolerance, so I have to use for crossing program. Then you have to develop the promising hybrids for heat tolerance.
Delta region, rice seed blight and rice blast is a major problem.
Climarize, in coordination with Agriculture College and Research Institute, Trichy, organizes training program to the Women's Self-Help Group on the multiplication of biocontrol agents such as trichoderma and pseudomonas. Similarly, the leaf folder incidence is causing huge yield loss in the rice in the Kaveri basin. This is a rice field affected by the leaf folder attack. Climarize helps farmers in controlling the leaf folder through biological means. The biological agent, trichogramma, controls the leaf folder larvae in an eco-friendly way.
In the Climarize scheme, we are trained the farmers to produce the trichogramma cord themselves, and also we are producing the cords and supplying the cords to them for controlling the leaf folders.
The farmers fix these egg cards in their fields, and the emerging adult trichogramma control the leaf folder larvae through egg parasitism.
Climarize is also involved in climate change mitigation studies. We are promoting the application of blue-green algae and azolla in rice farming. Through this Climarize project, we have isolated more than 200 blue-green algal cultures from Kaveri Basin rice soils, and we are giving these cultures to the farmers for their rice cultivation. When these blue-green algae is applied in the rice soil, they fix atmospheric nitrogen. As a result, farmers can minimize the usage of chemical fertilizer. Apart from nitrogen fixation, blue-green algae is also involved in minimizing the methane emission from rice soil ecosystem, and also they are sequestering carbon in rice soils.
Climarize newsletters and technical briefs are released periodically that serve as a window for various stakeholders and fellow research groups to understand the progress of the project and its deliverables. The salient findings of the Climarize project has been edited into a book entitled Sustainable Rice Production on a Warmer Planet.
The Climarize project They are even giving this project for the students. They are doing a lot of work. They are given some fellowships doing their postgraduate degree program and the doctoral program.
Climarize in the journey had many momentous occasions. The visit by the Norwegian Minister of Agriculture and Food, Mr. Lars Peterberg, to the project area, Kaveri Basin, had been a memorable one. The Norwegian minister spent 2 days in the Kaveri Basin and visited many climber villages and interacted with the farmers and the women self-help group members. Climarize feels proud and privileged to recollect the wonderful moments with the Norwegian minister.
So there are great opportunities. There is a challenging time for the scientists, and both in adaptation, we have to do much work. In mitigation, agriculture can make a major contribution to mitigation. Soil carbon banks have to be built. Every farm in the dry farming area without irrigation must have a few fertilizer trees, a biogas plant, and a farm pond. The Kaveri Basin, our major responsibility is to ensure crop security on one hand and the livelihood security of the farm families on the other. We'll have to also diversify income earning opportunities. This is the purpose of this project, of ensuring that the Kaveri Basin still remains a very important basin from the point of view of ensuring food security and livelihood security for lakhs of people.
The findings of study being done by Climarize definitely would be providing a very valuable input for taking any policy decision about changing the pattern of paddy cultivation in time to come to mitigate the effect of the global warming, and definitely government would be taking appropriate action on the recommendation of the study, because it is involving all the stakeholders.
I want to congratulate the scientists involved in the Climarize project. I congratulate on behalf of our university for the successful with their solution to mitigate this global warming to the benefit of the farming community, not only in Tamil Nadu but also in the whole world.